So hi, my name is Kirsten. Today I'm going to be going over anatomical planes, directional terms, joint movements, positional terms, and common regional terms. I'm going to be demonstrating on Tanner here, and I have Kim, co-worker, helping me. So first we're going to start with the anatomical planes. So we have the first one, which is sagittal. Good boy. So sagittal would be going down the length of the animal. And would split the animal into left and right parts. Now those left and right parts aren't necessarily equal. Then we have the median plane. So the median plane would go down the length of the animal again, but this time it's splitting them into equal left and right parts. Then we have the transverse. So transverse would cut the animal this way and would split into cranial and into caudal parts. Then we have dorsal, which would split this way, and the animal would be split into dorsal and into ventral parts, so back and belly. And then we have mid-sagittal. So mid-sagittal is the same as the median plane. So again, a sagittal plane runs down this way, and then mid-sagittal would be running through the middle of the body, splitting into equal left and right parts. Now we have directional terms. So we have right and left. So right and left would be if you are the animal, so we have Tanner's right leg and we have Tanner's left leg. Then we have cranial and caudal. So cranial would be going towards the head, and then caudal would be going towards the tail. We have dorsal and ventral. So dorsal would be going towards the back, and then ventral would be going towards the belly. And we have medial and lateral. So medial would be going towards the median plane, or the middle of the body, and then lateral would be going away from that plane, so on the side. And we have deep and superficial. So you use this when you're talking about wounds. So deep would be going towards the center of the body, and then superficial would be going away from the center of the body, so on the surface. Now we have limbs. So Tanner, can we stand up? Stand up, come here. All right. So on the limbs, you have proximal and you have distal. So proximal would be the part that is closest to the animal, so going towards the body, and then distal would be going away from the body, so the bottom of the limb. Then we have the palmar and the plantar surfaces. So palmar is used on the front limbs. So palmar would be the bottom of the foot after the carpus. So it would be the bottom of the foot here, and then the top of the foot after the carpus would be considered the dorsal part. And then on the back legs, come on this way. So on the back legs, we have, so you have the tarsus. So that's where you start to use plantar and dorsal. So after the tarsus, the back of the leg there, this part here, would be considered the plantar surface, and then this part here on the top would be considered the dorsal surface. Now we're going to talk about joint movements. So joint movements, you have flexion. So Tanner, come here, good boy. So if I were to take his arm and decrease the angle of the joint here in his arm, that would be flexing. And then increasing the angle of the joint or extending the arm would be extension. Then we have abduction and adduction. So abduction would be moving the joint away from the body, and then adduction would be moving the joint towards the body, or into the body. Then we have positional terms. So Tanner, can you lay down? Lay down. Okay. Lay down. Lay down. Come here. Perfect. So how he is now, he is in sternal. If he were to flip his legs out to the side like he is there, he would be in an oblique position. Here he is in lateral, and then if we were to flip him onto his back, good boy, then he is in dorsal. This is belly rub. All right, lastly, we just have some common regional terms. So we have the muzzle, which when you're talking about the head would be the rostral part here, the most rostral part of the head. So it includes the maxillary and the nasal bones. And we have the stifle, which is the joint on the back here on the back of the leg, So it's that knee part that kind of sticks out. Then you have the flank. So the flank, you can stand up, Dan. Come here. Good boy. So the flank would be this section here. So it's after the last rib and before that joint of the leg. So then we have the tail head. So the tail head would be, come here, stand up, would be the dorsal part of the base of the tail. So kind of right here. All right, so that is everything. So thank you, Tanner. Hope you got lots of treats. And thank you, Kim, for helping out. And thank you.